Second lesson, playing with magnets. Second lesson, that is playing with magnets. Playing with magnets. Okay, so this is our lesson 2. So let's see what are magnets. Do you know what are magnets? I think you all play with magnets. You all play with magnets. Let's discuss its story once. Okay, how we got this magnet and what does this magnet mean? Let's observe, let's discuss about this. Around 2500 years ago, a shepherd by name Magnus, Magnus, M-A-G-N-U-S, Magnus. So he's a shepherd. We know what a shepherd is, what his activity is. Every day in the morning, by taking a small quantity of food and also some water, and with a stick, he takes all his sheep into the forest. For what purpose? For grazing, for rearing, grazing purpose. He'll take all his sheep into the forest or into the fields. Okay, grazing, G-R-A-Z-I-N-G, grazing. What do you mean by this grazing? Okay, what do you mean by this grazing? These people, okay, shepherd are the person who is rearing the animals. He takes all his animals into the fields and he makes those animals to eat the grass. This process is called as grazing, making the animals to eat their grass, take their grass, or to fill their stomach with grass is known as grazing. So this man by name Magnus every day is having a habit of taking this cattle, that is sheep, into the fields to graze them. So, and also I even said you, okay, he's having they carries a stick also. One end of the stick, it is fixed with a iron metal. It is connected, or it is fixed with the iron metal like this. This is the iron metal. One end it is connected with the iron metal. This is the iron metal. This is bamboo or wood. Okay, this is a wooden stick. This is a wooden stick. And here, what is present? This is a metal. Metal with iron. Okay, which metal is this? Iron. Okay, I-R-O-N, iron. And its symbol is Fe. Iron symbol is Fe. Is it? Iron, its symbol is Fe. Remember that point. So why they should, do you know what's the reason behind this? Why they should have a metal attached at one end? Do you know the reason? Why the metal to be fixed at one end of the stick? Yes. Why means all the time these shepherds or the people who graze this cattle or the animals, they are having a habit of dragging the stick on the ground. They drags on the ground, and also every moment they hit here and there. Due to that rapid hitting or continuous hitting or dragging on the ground, the size of the stick may decrease. The size of the stick may decrease. There may be a breakage. There may be a breakage, okay, at one end, and finally this whole stick gets shortened, and even it can be used for a short period of time. It cannot be used for a long period of time. It cannot be used for a long period of time. To maintain the stick for long period of time, for longer period, for many days, they'll fix a metal piece at one end. Then, okay, if they drag, nothing happens. If they hit here and there, nothing happens. So, to remain for longer period, to keep the stick for longer period, they'll fix this iron metal. I think, okay, you understood why, for what purpose they'll fix the iron metal here. And one fine day, while he's dragging his stick, this Magnus, while he's dragging his stick, he noticed something is pulling the stick. Okay, somebody is pulling the stick backwards. He observed that. Okay, and he turned back and observed, but nobody is there. Again, he is pulling the stick. Okay, he is going on like that. Still, he noticed that only. What he noticed? Somebody is pulling the stick. Something is making him to, or something is pulling him back. Something is pulling the stick back. That's what he noticed. But when he turned around and looked after, but nobody he observes. He observes nobody. Nobody is there. Okay, so he was shocked. What's the reason? Okay, for what purpose or what makes this stick going back? Why it is not coming along with me? Though I apply much force, though I apply more strength, it's not moving further. It's not coming along with me. What might be the reason? He had a question in his mind, and he turned around and he observed carefully the stick. So he observed there is a stone. Okay, there is a stone. Okay, hanging to this metal piece. There's a stone hanging to this metal piece, and he started investigating why this stone is being dragged by this metal, or why it is following, or why this is hanging to the metal, why this stone is hanging to the metal. What might be the reason? Is there any speciality in the stone? He started investigating. He started working on that, and finally he came to know. Okay, it is having a special property of attracting another metal. He understood that. Okay, it is having a special property. This is having a special property to attract the other material, other metal. So this stone, it is having a property of attracting other metal. So what do we call this as? He named, okay, then later this is named as, okay, lead stone or lodestone. It is named as lodestone. Lodestone or lead stone. Magnet can also be called as lead stone or lodestone. Why it is called as lodestone or why it is called as lead stone? Because this can lead. Example, this is a magnet. This is a magnet. Okay, so many pieces, many other magnetic substances, many other materials gets attracted towards this. If a magnet is moved towards one direction, even the other materials are also attracted towards, are diverted towards. Means this is leading the other materials. Magnet, it is leading the other materials. So it is called as a lodestone or lead stone. It is having ability, it is having capacity to lead the other materials. Okay, it can make other objects to follow it. So it is called as lead stone or lodestone. Okay, now let's come into this. We know we are having different type of magnets. Different type of magnets. So like bar magnet, this is said to be a bar magnet. What is this? This is said to be a bar magnet. So, and this is having North Pole and South Pole. North Pole and South Pole. And other one that is okay, a horseshoe magnet. Other one that is horseshoe magnet. This is the horseshoe magnet. Horseshoe magnet. This is the horseshoe magnet. And next one is disc magnet. This is disc magnet. This is disc magnet, we call it as disc magnet. Next one is ring magnet. Other one is ring magnet. Okay, and next one is cylindrical magnet. Cylindrical magnet. So it seems to be cylindrical. This seems to be cylindrical. Cylindrical magnet. Cylindrical magnet. So we see different types of magnets. We see different type of magnets. Bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, cylindrical magnet, disc magnet and ring magnet. This is ring magnet, R-I-N-G, ring magnet. And this is cylindrical magnet. Cylindrical magnet. So different types of magnets. One is bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, cylindrical magnet, disc magnet and ring magnet. These are the various other types of magnets. First, let's see what is a magnet. What is a magnet? What do this magnet consist of? And what are the uses of magnet? Let's observe that. I told you, okay, for a bar magnet, okay, example, this is a bar magnet. This is having two poles, I said, North Pole and South Pole. Okay, remember that a magnet is having two poles. One is North Pole and next one is, okay, other one is South Pole. Two ends, this is North Pole and this is South Pole. Okay, North Pole and South Pole. The particles are the small, okay, small are the tiny particles. The tiny particles which are present inside a magnet, we call it as domains. We call it as domains. D-O-M-A-I-N-S. Domains. Okay, we know every matter or every substance, any material consists of tiny particles. Consists of tiny particles. We call them as atoms. We call them as atoms. Whereas here in a magnet, the smallest or the tiniest particle which is present inside that, we call it as domain. D-O-M-A-I-N-S. D-O-M-A-I-N-S. Domains. The smallest particle which is present inside this one. This smallest particle is known as a domain. Even this domain will have North and South Pole. Even this, okay, domains also will have North and South Pole. North and South Pole. Okay, because also remember that, okay, these magnets, the particles which are present inside, they are arranged. They are aligned. A-L-I-G-N-E-D. They are aligned. They are aligned, which means here they are arranged in a regular manner. They are arranged in a regular manner. They are not arranged irregularly. They are not aligned irregularly. Instead of using arranging, it's better to use the term aligned. A-L-I-G-N-E-D. Okay. So here the particles which are present are the domains which are present inside. These domains, they are aligned regularly. Two types of arrangement. Two type of alignment will be. One is regular alignment. Next one is irregular alignment. How many types are there? Two types of alignment are there. One is regular alignment. Next one is irregular alignment. The main difference between this both, regular means here all the domains are in one direction, all the all the north pole are in one direction, all the south pole will be in one direction. All north will be in one direction and all south will be in one direction. So here, example, this is a small particle which is present. Okay, this particle I am elaborating. Okay, I am elaborating this. Okay, I am elaborating this domain. This is the domain. This what you say as domain, and even this domain. Okay, if elaborate this domain, if it is elaborated, maximized, so even this also will have north and south pole. All the domains will be in north and south, north and south. Okay, north and south. All will be having north and south. All north will be in one side. All south will be in one side. They are arranged, they are aligned in a systematic way, in a regular way. Okay, irregular. Irregular means, okay, they may be like this. They may be like this, like that. Okay, and here they are like this. They are not proper, which is improper. Which is improper. This is north, this is south, this is south, this is north. Okay, north and south. Okay, south and north. So it is not, okay, aligned regularly. This is not aligned regularly. This is, okay, irregular. This is irregular. Irregular alignment, and this is regular alignment. Regular alignment. This regular alignment can be seen in magnet. Can be seen in a magnet. Okay. So here magnet attracts a magnetic substance. Magnet attracts a magnetic substance. Two types of substances we will observe. One is magnetic substance, and next one is non-magnetic substance. One is magnetic substance and next one is non-magnetic substance. Okay, what is the main function of this? Okay, magnet, it attracts a magnetic substance. Okay, it attracts a magnetic substance. Two types of substances I said you. One is magnetic substance and next one is non-magnetic substance. Okay, let's see, this is magnetic. Another one is non-magnetic. Non-magnetic. So magnetic means a substance which is attracted towards a magnet. A substance which is attracted towards a magnet, we call it as magnetic substance. Any material or any substance which is attracted towards a magnet. Example, okay, we discussed this is a magnet and we brought a iron piece, iron nail. Iron nail is brought near to this. So what happens to this? It gets attracted towards it. It gets attracted. So means this iron piece, it is a magnetic substance. This comes under a magnetic substance. Any material or any substance which is attracted towards a magnet, we call it as a magnetic substance. We call it as a magnetic substance. And any material or any substance which cannot be attracted towards a magnet, we call it as a non-magnetic substance. Non-magnetic substance. So example for this magnetic substance is magnetic substance. Example for this is iron. Okay, and even silver. And next here, non-magnetic substances like wood. Non-magnetic substance. Okay, I'll write here substance. Non-magnetic substance. What is the example for this? Okay, wood is one example, and even paper, and other one is plastic. These are some of the examples for non-magnetic substances. Once again, I repeat here, two types of substances we are having. One is magnetic substance and next one is non-magnetic substance. Magnetic substance, example, iron and silver. And non-magnetic substance, okay, wood, paper and plastic. What actually a magnetic substance means? Any substance or any material which can attract towards a magnet, we call it as a magnetic substance. Example, this is a magnet. This is a magnet which is having two poles, that is north pole and south pole, and you brought a magnetic substance, that is iron. A magnetic substance, that is iron, is brought near to this magnet. So automatically, so what happens? This magnet attracts this magnetic substance towards itself. So we call this as a magnetic substance. Which is called as a magnetic substance here? Iron is said to be a magnetic substance. And next, non-magnetic substance. Any material or any substance which cannot be attracted towards a magnet, those materials or those substances, we call them as non-magnetic substance. Non-magnetic substance. Example, we discussed that wood. Wood is one of the example for the non-magnetic substance. So this is a wooden piece I brought near to this. So I brought near to this magnet. Can this be attracted? No, it cannot be attracted. So I brought still near. I brought close to this magnet. This is the wooden piece. This is a wooden piece. Wood or wooden piece. Wooden piece. I brought near to this. Still I brought near to this magnet. Towards this magnet. What did you understand? Okay, so what did you observe? Do you think this substance is being attracted towards the magnet? No, it cannot be attracted. Why? Because it is not having the property of attracting, okay, a magnet. It is not attracted towards a magnet. It is not attracted towards a magnet. Which cannot be attracted? Wooden piece cannot be attracted. So what do you call this as? Wooden piece. We call it as a non-magnetic substance. Non-magnetic substance. And now, okay, you brought a paper piece. Near a magnet. This is the paper piece I brought. So can that be attracted? No, it cannot be attracted. And you brought a plastic material towards or near to a magnet. So can that be attracted? No, it cannot be attracted. No material. Okay, any material which cannot be attracted towards a magnet, we call it as non-magnetic substance. Non-magnetic substance. That's the difference between the magnetic substance and also a non-magnetic substance. Clear? And we see iron, nickel, cobalt, copper and aluminium. These are the alloys. Okay, and here out of all this, silver, it behaves as a permanent magnet. This behaves as a permanent magnet. Permanent magnet. Whereas iron, it behaves as a temporary magnet. Temporary magnet. This is a temporary magnet. This is a permanent magnet. Silver, it behaves as a permanent magnet. Iron, it behaves as a temporary magnet. Means here in magnets also two types. There is permanent magnet and next one is temporary magnet. Permanent magnet and also temporary magnet. So iron, this iron, a metal or a material, it can be converted into a temporary magnet. And this silver, it can be converted into a permanent magnet. What is the difference between this temporary magnet and a permanent magnet? Temporary magnet and a permanent magnet. So here, a magnet, it loses its magnetism. By some physical activities. So that too, if it is temporary magnet, it loses magnetism easily. Example, iron, it is converted into a magnet. This is the iron bar. It is turned or it is converted into a magnet. So which type of magnet this is? A temporary magnet. It is a temporary magnet. A magnet loses its magnetism A magnet loses its magnetism by hitting, by hammering, by heating. By heating it loses its magnetism, by hammering it loses its magnetism, okay, and by throwing here and there, by spreading, so it loses its magnetism. A magnet loses its magnetism by hitting or by hammering, by throwing here and there, by heating, it loses its magnetism. That too, if it is a temporary magnet, it loses its nature immediately. If it is a permanent magnet, it loses its magnetism, or it retains its magnetism for longer period. It retains its magnetism. Retains, R-E-T-A-I-N-S, retains its magnetism for longer period. That is the main difference between this iron and silver. Here I told you iron, it is used as a temporary magnet, and silver, it is used as a permanent magnet. Okay, permanent magnet, it retains its magnetism for longer period. It remains as a magnet for longer duration. Whereas this iron, it is used as a temporary magnet, and also it loses its magnetism in a short period of time. Within days it loses its magnetism. Okay, I even told you what other factors makes the magnet to lose its magnetism. By heating, by hitting, by hammering, by throwing here and there. And also, till today, which is the strongest? Do you know which is the strongest magnet used by us? That is neodymium. Neodymium. Okay, neodymium. Here I repeat, Neodymium. Neodymium. Okay, neodymium. This is the magnet which is the strongest till today. Till today, this is the strongest magnet. Okay, so once again, I told you already how this magnet is existed. Okay, it was observed by a person by name Magnus. He is a shepherd. Okay, he had a stick in his hand. So he noticed something is pulling him back, something is pulling the stick back, and he started noting, okay, what's the reason behind, what makes the object or what makes the stick to be pulled back, which is pulling the stick back, what is making the stick to be back. So he observed there is a stone is attracted towards that. Because of the stone, okay, the stick is pulled back. So it named that stone as lodestone or lead stone. Okay, later this was named as a magnet. Okay, it is named lodestone. That's because it is named as lodestone or lead stone because magnet is having ability or capability to pull or attract other materials. So which materials does it attract? It attracts magnetic materials. Which is called as a magnetic material? Any material or any substance which can be attracted towards a magnet, we call it as a magnetic substance. Example for this is iron and silver. Okay, so only it is called as a lead stone. Which is called as a lead stone? Magnet is said to be a lead stone. Okay, and which is the strongest magnet known? Neodymium is the strongest magnet known to us till today. Okay.